Welcome back, everybody, to The Hop. Gabe and Steven are here for you. Gabe, I'm nervous. Ask me why.
Why?
I'm nervous because we don't have a plan, and we've never done this before, and it's going to make this episode
Great
a little
things
different.
come out of no plans, so I think we're going to be all right. It's either going to be really great or we're going to crash and burn, but either way, it's going to be fun.
Something is about to happen.
The theme of this episode is what the hell is in your fridge, pretty much, aka random shit, aka we're just drinking whatever. So without further ado, hey Steven.
Hey Gabe.
Let's grab a drink.
So here's the deal. We did not plan a show today. We're not just lazy.
Yeah, we're not lazy.
We just think that at this point in time, a lot of people are kind of having to make do with what they got, us included. And so we wanted to do an episode that was a little bit more loose, a little bit more fun, maybe just a little bit less in-depth in terms of the beer stuff. But we're going to drink beer. We are going to drink beer.
Absolutely, because we can't not drink beer. Otherwise, we just throw everything away at this point. But yeah, this episode, we are just going to hang out. We hope that's cool with everybody. We are just going to kick it, drink some beer, treat this like a fun little hangout. And, you know, maybe you'll learn some more things about us. Maybe you'll dislike us more. I don't know. It's up to you. I hope not. But
you'll either be really entertained
or
really ashamed.
Put off. We're hoping it's not that. So
we just want to hang out. Is that cool? Like, we're tired, you're tired, so spend an hour with us, grab a drink, grab whatever's in your fridge right now.
Yes.
Let's
honestly
have a drink the old-fashioned way. You know what I'm saying?
With a drink in our hand and a love in our hearts, and I don't
and
know
our
the rest
sweatpants on from yesterday because it's March 97th today.
Woo! Fire.
How you doing over there?
I'm good. We got killed with a storm the other day, and because of the freaking clouds here, it would torrential, like, rain, 60-mile-an-hour winds for like an hour and a half, and then the sun would come out for 30 minutes, and it would be like summer, and then it would all go back again. So my mind was a bit crazy the other day, but I'm good now. We're recording. It's late, but who the hell cares? We have nothing to do tomorrow. And if you do have anything to do tomorrow,
you can do it from bed.
You can do it from bed because that's what everyone is doing. I'm not even going to ask you how the weather's over there because it's always sunny, isn't it?
It's always sunny in LA, except it wasn't. We had some rain and it was kind of fun because it's like
good.
When you don't have to go outside at all, it's sort of like, yeah, rain. Yeah, it gives me a reason to want to stay in my apartment, even though I have to do that anyway.
Right, yeah. It's like, well, even if I wanted to go outside, I can't. Have you been finding it easier to, like, wake up, do your normal routine inside all day, every day?
No.
Is it getting easier for you? No?
It's not. I shouldn't say absolutely not. It's like, it's a different kind of routine, and I'm just settling into something totally different. I mean, you have to do things like putting on real pants is like if that hasn't happened by noon, I consider it a waste of a day.
Oh, jeez.
So I've had to set a deadline for that. Maybe take off your sweatpants by about noon.
Nah, man, I ride the sweatpants and basketball shorts train all the way home.
How about? Are you finding it easier? In your,
I mean, well,
have they turned the heat off in your apartment? That's the main question.
I mean, we always have the windows open, so we can't really tell. I always have the windows open because it's always so hot in here. But like, we still have access to the roof. So like, we are getting a little bit of air every time we need some. And I don't know if they're doing this in LA, but in New York at 7 p.m. every single day, everyone is going outside on their balcony or their window and they're clapping and they're making noise, and it's all dedicated toward the essential workers. That's been kind of cool. So our street like at 7 p.m. every day, you'll just hear one person like, "Woo, yeah!" And then eventually everyone on the street is like, "Woo!" They're like hitting pots and pans, and everybody's going nuts. And I'm clapping. You know me, I have a loud clap, so I'm just like.
And Brian
clap,
Stokes
like,
Mitchell down in Midtown singing his heart out
really?
the window. Yep.
I did not know that.
Yes,
I know Sarah Silverman has been playing music like on her phone, and then she has it coming out of the bullhorn so everyone can hear her. People in Italy are like, one guy's on his patio, he's playing piano, another guy's playing like saxophone. Are they doing that in LA? Y'all clapping at 7 p.m.?
I mean, not in my neighborhood, but LA is just a lot more spread out than that. So we don't like if I were out on my balcony, no one would be clapping.
Someone
with
would
me.
yell at
like maybe my neighbor. Should we get into some drinking?
Drink.
Yeah, I need a drink.
There we go. See, we're on the same wavelength.
Here's the deal. What's happening in the beer world? A lot of things that are bad.
This and that.
COVID-19 wreaking havoc upon this industry and all industries. A bunch of breweries say they might have to close within 3 months. Workforces are being laid off, furloughed. It's horrible, but we're going to just drink about it. And we're going to do something a little differently in honor of making it to 16 episodes, I guess. And we
didn't die.
We've taken a look back at some of our favorite toasts over the past 15 episodes, and we're going to take a journey back in time and re-listen to some of those. So we're going to start with the toast Gabe picked. This comes to us from Round 8, and this is a toast from Gabe Apria.
Let's get into it, and as always, we've got a nice little toast.
Raise our glass.
By your boy, Gabe. Ooh, there it is.
Hit me with it.
When we drink, we get drunk. When we get drunk, we fall asleep. When we fall asleep, we commit no sin. When we commit no sin, we go to heaven. So let's all get drunk and go to heaven.
Amen.
Amen. Barmen, as we said last
Barmen.
week.
Alcohol is your ticket into heaven. You heard it here first, folks. That was from Round 8. Go back and listen to it if you haven't.
That is my favorite toast. It's got a sense of like poetry to it, but it's about drinking and getting wasted. So I thought it was a very kind of fun, ironic spin to it. So yeah, I saw it and I thought, and also it's so true. Like, just get drunk, fall asleep, no harm will be done, except for all this stupid shit you did when you were wasted. So, I mean, whatever.
Feel free to steal any of these, because that's pretty much all we do. None of these are original. Well, almost none of them.
We should come up with original ones.
We'll start sometimes we take non-original material, but make it a toast for the first time. See Round 15, the Tiger King. So,
Steven,
yeah.
What's your favorite toast?
You know what? Why don't you come back in time with me to Round 7?
Oh, God.
And you'll find out. And I'm going to need you to bless yourself like you're in church, because we're saying a prayer. All right, here we go. Don't be nervous. Just bless yourself and get in the spirit of holiness. Our lager, which art in barrels, hallowed be thy drink. Thy tankard come, thy will be drunk. At home, as it is in tavern, give us this day our foamy head, and forgive us our spillages, as we forgive those who spill beer against us. And lead us not into incarceration, but deliver us from hangovers. Raise your hands, like in church.
Oh.
Hold them up. For the hops, the barley, and the water are yours, now and forever. Barmen.
Barman. Our foamy head.
It was really hard to get through that without laughing, I gotta be honest.
Our foamy head. And with that... Where did you find that?
I don't remember.
It's a gem of a toast. It's so awesome.
It
It's
was a
just like,
variation on a
what?
few that I saw. That I to this day I can't even listening to it just now. I was cracking up. It's just so funny to
Yeah,
me.
same.
I don't know why. I just like I couldn't read it without laughing. I just thought it was so. I don't know. Maybe it's the Catholicness that was hammered into my skull from the time I was an infant.
That's hilarious, though. Good for us.
Well, the beer has been blessed, and
The beer's been blessed. I've been blessed. You've been blessed. You look like I need a drink, so here we go.
yeah, here we go. So I'm drinking first.
Damn, that song makes me want to dance.
I'm drinking first, and you know what's in my fridge today? A lot. I actually had
Milk.
a hard time making a decision for this episode. Other people stock up on
What a
toilet
great
paper.
problem to have.
Other people hoard toilet paper. I hoard beer from local breweries.
Yeah, you have some beers that are like a little old, though, right?
I hold on
Not
to beer
throw-
for. I'm a beer
not to
hoarder.
throw you under the bus, but
I actually don't anymore. Most of the beers in there are pretty new. But some of them I'm
Nice.
saving for another episode. But this one today, I'm going with Modern Times Brewing and their Mythic World, which is an IPA brewed with it's a hazy IPA brewed with Galaxy hops primarily, as well as Moteca, Mosaic, and Sultana hops. It has an ABV of 7.6%, 50 IBUs, SRM. It's like a nice orangey color. It is definitely hazy, as promised. Beer Advocate gave it a 91. Untapped gave it a 3.91. And I chose this beer because it's something I can get locally at just a grocery store. Don't have to go to a craft beer store for it. It is brewed in Modern Times Brewing is in San Diego. They're an employee-owned brewery down there. Definitely one we'll feature on the show in depth at some point. But this beer, I bought it, just grabbed a 4-pack, just thought, oh yeah, that'll work. I like to have like a basic IPA to go to at all times. It's kind of like my version of like vanilla ice cream. It's like you have your fun, funky stuff, and then just a regular IPA to cut it with. You know,
you're like, I'm thinking more tonight's more of like a classic night. I don't want to get too wild. Let me just go with something cool. Yeah,
I don't want to have to think about the beer. I'm just trying to watch TV. I need just like a basic IPA. But I drank this, and it kind of blew my mind with how juicy it is because it's
nice.
That classic hazy New England IPA flavor profile of juicy citrus. You're definitely getting the orange, the peach, the passion fruit, all that stuff off of it, but it's like so juicy that it's almost like smelling it. It's like dipping your nose into like a jug of pineapple juice or orange juice or something. It is so sweet in such a but not in a cloyingly sweet way. Like it's pretty delicious, and it kind of surprised me.
As he goes to taste the beer, all of his senses immediately shut down.
So it teases you up front on the nose with all that sweetness and that juiciness, and then you go in and that hop profile leading with the Galaxy hops just fills your mouth, so it's got that nice bitterness to balance it out. Good malting in there, malted wheat, flaked oats. And it's just a really good, drinkable, and local beer. So I chose that. I have a bunch of local beer in my fridge, though. Actually, today I almost thought about abandoning ship because my neighbor goes, hey, I just finished this homebrew. It's like done, finally done today. Like I'm opening the keg of this Strata hopped IPA. Like I threw a bunch of Strata hops in there. I'm trying to achieve. And so he's like, you should come out and have a beer later.
Dude,
and I almost was like,
awesome.
What if I did a homebrew on the show? But then I felt like we should
get a homebrew kit and attempt to make our own beer. But we're drinking other beer as we do it, so we get drunker and drunker until eventually we screw it up.
Drunk brewing.
I think it's a good idea. Brewing with Gabe and Steven.
But this is a really good. I mean, if you find yourself in California, modern times, highly recommend. They have a bunch of different. You can find a bunch of different pint cans, 16-ounce cans, and they're all IPAs, and they're all very similar. The only real difference is the hop that leads the charge. So it'll say right on it. Basically, it's hard to even actually find the name of the beer. It just says Modern Times.
Yeah.
Hazy Galaxy IPA, and then another one says Modern Times Mosaic IPA, and it'll just tell you
Modern Times beer number 1.
Yeah, it's just telling you what beer is kind of leading, and what hop is kind of leading, and you can choose from seriously, there's 3 or 4 different options that are all just their IPA series.
Nice.
But that's what was in my fridge to grab at. What about you, Gabe?
I saw this fun little number in the grocery store as well. Proof that you can get great beer at your local fine and dine, if you will, for all your grocery needs.
Five and dime?
Fine and dine. I don't know. Shut up. I am drinking the Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing IPA. So the reason I grabbed this beer is because I've been seeing it everywhere, and I didn't really know about it, so I was like, all right, let me grab this. And I didn't grab a 6-pack of the regular cans. I grabbed 2, what I'm calling them as tall boys, pretty much, 19.2 ounce cans. Tall, slender cans, beautiful teal and yellow color. This just looks dope. So the can was the first thing that attracted me to the beer, but yeah, another fun IPA out of Sierra Nevada, good old Sierra Nevada. We definitely highlighted them on the show. Definitely go check out that episode. ABV, we're looking at a fun 6.7, IBUs of 35. On the SRM scale, it's another, I've got a similar kind of hazy, orangey golden color. On the SRM scale, we're looking at between an 8 and a 10. Wow, I poured this beer a little while. I poured this beer before. Well, we poured our beers at the same time. So while you were talking, my beer was just sitting there, and the head retained, hasn't left. Nice head retention there. So that's pretty cool to see.
Let's check haziness. Yours versus mine. Which is hazier? Considering yours has hazy in the title.
I think yours might be a little hazier.
Mine's hazier. Yeah, for sure.
Mine is definitely on that side, but I can see through it. I can make out what's behind the glass if I look through it. Beer Advocate gave it a 89, Untapped 3.8, and it's been a fan favorite. One thing I wanted to mention real quick, made with 2-row pale malts, Munich oats wheat malts. The hops used are the Citra, Magnum, Simcoe, Comet, Mosaic, El Dorado hops, and the yeast is an ale yeast. It's a fun little raw glory, as they call it, unfiltered, unprocessed, straight from the tanks and into the can, and the full pint calls it flawless. I'm going to take a sip. Well, sniff, rather. Yeah, citrus, as is with many of these kinds of beers. Getting hit in the face with orange, which I'm not mad about at all. Let's cross-country clink, and let's get into it.
Mine's half gone. Let's get into it.
Oh, so I got to catch up? Ooh, very easy to drink. Light carbonation. Light mouthfeel. This, wow, this is fun. I don't know. It's, I think I was expecting it to be a little stronger. I knew it was only 6.7. I think I was expecting, maybe it's just because of, the art on the can just, hits you with, this is gonna be, epic, bruh. And so, continue.
What I just love about it is that it comes out of a 19.2 ounce can. You're drinking out of essentially a tall boy, but it's good beer.
Yeah, right? As opposed to just one of the cheaper options. This is a 6, like I said, 6.7. So this is a nice, fun thing. And I got 2 of them. I went to the grocery store and I said, all right, I'm going to get 2 6-packs of beer. I'm just going to find something fun. I ended up with the Lagunitas Super Cluster because it was so good last time I had to get more. Went with my classic Boston Lager, Sam Adams. Love that beer. Just a classic.
The Blogger.
So Blogger. Kind of like what you were saying about modern times. It's just like, I'm just looking for a chill beer. Like, that's like my chill beer. Just like, I'm just looking for something to sip on. And then I saw these, and I actually grabbed the last two. I was like, throw it in the car. I balled out on beer and booze, and here we are, quarantine. Am I right?
Yeah, this is actually a great lesson. This is Steven's lesson in how to fill your fridge up with beer. So I just went to Firestone Walker the other day. We're going to do Firestone Walker on the show at some point. It's one of my favorite breweries in America, and they have my favorite beer in America. And I went and I spent like $45 on 3 beers, dude, because they're all barrel-aged, crazy, high ABV.
3 individual beers?
2 individual 12-ounce bottles and a 32-ounce crowler. So I guess 4 beers if you want to look at it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, every Firestone Walker beer is in like their own fucking packaging.
But the crowler is a double IPA with coconut. And then I got the other beer. Like, they have crazy things, but the thing is, like, they're what I call event beers. They're beers that are, first of all, you can't have more than one of them. Second of all, you have to stop. You have to really enjoy it. You have to think about it while you're drinking it. And then, so you got to have a few of those in your fridge because you never know.
Those are the beers. I love these beers because those are the type of beers that, like, when you have company over and they're like, hey, can I have one of these? You have to politely go, absolutely not. Get your hand off of that.
Yes, and you should always have a few of those in your fridge. You should always have a few gems standing by, and you should drink them. You should not hold on to them forever. But as you filter them out, you should get more. Maybe that's elitist. Maybe you don't have the money to do that. I understand. I don't really either, but I...
Get someone to buy it for you.
I don't give a fuck.
It's simple.
But put those aside. You've got to have those like standard go-tos. You know, for you, it's the Blogger. For me, it's 6 Point Resin or Bengali, or in this case, I have Modern Times or a nice Sierra Nevada 6-pack or even a Dogfish head. Like just stuff that you could just drink and just have 2 or 3 of while you watch TV or something, and not really have to put much thought into it.
I think we need a soundbite of you saying Blogger.
Because
that's your new favorite word, and ever since I mentioned it, you've just said it like 4 times, and I know you love saying it.
Well, I invented the word, let's be clear.
Did you? Did you really?
It's just so, because it's brewed in Boston, it just fits to me. Blogger.
So Steven.
It's like that guy, the backup quarterback for the Detroit Lions. I had fun with that guy for like...
Oh, Blau?
David Bloch.
David Bloch. Yeah. They put him in. He did pretty well, though.
David Bloch. No, he was horrible.
He was good. Well, it's the Lions.
David Bloch. What?
David Bloch. So I've gotten bits and pieces of this answer, and I think everyone else should hear how you honestly feel about this. So you're currently in school, MFA, no big deal. Clap it up. Because of all the bullshit that's happening in the world, you've had to take acting classes from your home via Zoom. How's that working out for you?
Wow. You're really digging deep there. It's weird. It is, honestly, we're trying to make the best of our situation. There is a general sentiment, I think amongst a lot of people in the community, but one of my professors said it best when she said, of course the hospital workers and health officials and people, they're on the front lines, they're doing the real work. Mm-hmm. Also delivery people, also people working in grocery stores.
Yes.
But at the same time, which is not to say that we're doing that work at all, but, what the rest of us are doing in our apartments to kill time is we are watching TV and reading books and listening to podcasts and listening to music, and we're turning to artists. And so in my program, I guess, like us, we're making art right now.
I'll go there.
But in our program, we're trying to really hold on to the fact that we are doing something important, that we are stretching the possibilities of what is possible. Some stuff doesn't work that well. I mean, we're trying to do the cherry orchard on Zoom, and it's bizarre. But then other stuff is sort of mind blowing, and you go, you start to see new possibilities. And
I mean, look at it this way though. Like, if you can do what you do on stage in front of a computer over a Zoom call, like, think about how much better it's going to be once all this is over and you're back on stage and you're back face to face. Like, I just see. I mean, I know the kind of actor you are, but like, I just see. I can foresee like all of you just like wanting to just like get into it and like be just putting together something really special. So
yeah, we're so, and it really does have to do with the people that are in charge of the class too, because certain professors, I mean, I am so lucky to work with some truly amazing people. One of the best things that's come out of this, I mean, not to get too much into this, but I have class with Alexandra Billings, who, if you don't know who she is, she's on Transparent, and she was my teacher last semester, and she was amazing, and she left for this semester to go do Wicked on Broadway, and so now she's back here because there's no shows.
You guys have heard of Wicked, right? That small little off-Broadway show.
But she's back here, and she has, she came into our class kind of to just join with the teacher who's teaching us, and he's kind of given her reign to kind of take over sometimes, and so she'll have us go through. We have a really specific ritual that we do with her to like begin class, and it feels really specific to what we do, and we did it. She had us do it. I mean, she's playing the music that she used to play in the classroom on Zoom. She's got us, leaving our apartments and houses and then coming into the space and being with each other and going through the ritual. I was just about to say, like, I can picture, like, how funny would it be if she was like, all right, I want you to like, so you're doing a scene and she's like, all right, go out of your apartment and then enter back into the scene. But like, you don't have your keys with you and you accidentally lock yourself out. What, like, do you climb in through the window? Like, what do you do at that point? Yeah, break a window. But in this instance, it was a ritual that we had established for, 4 months over the course of a really special Viewpoints class. And now we're doing the same ritual on Zoom and it's working and we're feeling connected to each other. And I'm doing partner work with people who are across the country. And it was, the first day we had her back, we were all like crying because we just miss each other so much. But we also were like going through something really beautiful and special. So yeah, when you ask, I hate acting class on Zoom. It sucks. But I have to give a shout out to the professors who, it sucks for them too, and they're still doing something for us. It would just be such a waste of, 2 months of my life to just write this off as like, I just got to get through it and move on. Like, there's got to be something for me to learn out of this.
I mean, you're there for a reason, so you might as well make the most of it, even if you can't, go outside.
And the possibilities, when you're doing a scene and you go, okay, this character's drinking coffee, and I just brewed a pot of coffee so I can go get coffee, or I'm supposed to be sitting at a kitchen table. Well, I can put my computer over there and sit at my kitchen table, and just, the computer's my camera, and I'm on set. It's that kind of thing. So it's different, but...
Are you wearing pants when you're in class?
Absolutely not. No.
Nice. Fire.
Yeah.
I got invited to a Zoom call with some of my friends from school, and for some reason we have like a theme, and it's going to be like special attire up top and then like pajamas on the bottom. And like, I was like, why can't we just, I'm like, y'all are lucky if I put on, I'm like, I'm wearing, now that I'm home, I'm wearing all the
ballin'.
I knew he was going to do it. I'm wearing all like the grungy clothes. I got sweatpants on. I'm wearing a tank top right now. I was like, you guys are lucky if I put on a regular shirt. Like, what do you mean? What's up with the special attire? I haven't used Zoom yet. I used FaceTime with my family during Easter. That was
Zoom is actually, it has some good possibilities. I can't be totally against it, but when you see, can I just say though, when you see, like, if you haven't seen it, check it out. But the Hamilton cast did like the original cast of Hamilton did a performance.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I saw they did something like that.
They did it for this little girl, and it was, really cool and heartwarming, and definitely you feel all the feelings. But I have never been in a Zoom call with a connection like that. It's it's fake. I just want one person, like, you just got Leslie Odom
Jr.'s like frozen,
lagging out.
Like, it's his part. Oh, yeah,
how does
must be something wrong with his Wi-Fi?
Stood off it
exactly.
of a horror
trouble with we have trouble with our audio. Like,
yeah, everyone does.
No, they're Broadway. They can pay for whatever. They're probably like Lin-Manuel Miranda was probably like, get your Wi-Fi, get on your 5G, don't screw this up for the little girl. Like he probably laid down the law.
That's it. That's all the content we have planned. Just if anyone's wondering at this point, I just want to throw out there, if anyone
we're just chilling. We're here talking.
If anyone's sitting there going, "Okay, cool guys, get back to the beer." No,
I guarantee you no one's saying. Get away from the beer, tell us about you.
I am still drinking the beer, but
I'm going to be drinking this all night because of how tall the can is. Steven.
Yes.
Biggest fear.
Oh God, why would you do this on the mics? You know my biggest fear.
Why not?
Actually, it's probably not my biggest fear. I don't want to dig into that. It's a little too deep. I hate onions. I'm afraid of birds. We've already talked about it on the podcast. You want me to go into it again? We have brought it up.
I think it's funny, so I always want you to go into it. And I just love the goose story. Right. Can you tell that story real quick?
Yeah. All right. Here's the deal. First of all, all right.
It's the way he tells it, though.
For a little background, number one, my grandmother on my dad's side was apparently attacked by a bird and then was afraid of a bird, like one specific bird, not birds, one bird.
Oh, yeah, I remember this story.
For her whole life.
Wait for her, right?
She would claim it would wait for her and then it would dive after her. When she would apparently run to the car. She tried to get the local sheriff to shoot it. But this is all hearsay. I wasn't there.
Drama.
But what I was there for was one time I was at, we were at this like farm. Like, I don't know. There were animals, but it was like you could walk around. Like, it wasn't a zoo. It was just like a farm. And I was really far away. Like, I was at something else, but I could see my mother across an exhibit and somewhere else. Like, she's way far away from me. And I see this, like, it was like a swan or something, like something with a long neck just marching towards her. And I'm just watching it kind of like, I just knew it was gonna, and my mom's not afraid of birds, so she didn't. Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm just watching this like, oh fuck, she's screwed. It's gonna get her.
Yeah.
Oh mom, don't. But I mean, I can't. I don't have a cell phone. What am I gonna do? Call it, mom? You can't.
Yes, you should. You could have saved your mom some heartache.
I was just watching it.
You were worried about the embarrassment of yelling out, "Mom."
There's bad things coming. It's like watching the Titanic head towards the iceberg. You're
you sitting there going, "Well, that's gonna suck."
Nothing you can do about it.
Did nothing about
it.
And
it came close to my mom. It leaned its neck back and it whacked her in the leg with its neck and face. And my mom didn't have. I mean, because my reaction to that would have been like, "Holy shit!" No, my mom was just like, get away from me, like a normal.
Shoot it.
Yeah, my mom had a normal, reaction, like you should. But I don't think that's what sparked my fear of birds. It just perpetuated it.
I remember hearing this story for the first time, and I remember you didn't say swan. Birds, and I'm quoting, you were like, "Yeah, and this freaking goose."
Yeah, birds to me are just they're feathered and unnatural. I don't understand the feathers. I don't know where they ruffle. I don't understand their bone structure, how they fly, and I can't imagine picking one up because then there's just a lot of movement. There's wings flapping. Like if you pick, like people who pick up a chicken, what are you holding in your hands? Like what is the body of it? Like how deep do the feathers go? Like then there's wings flapping. There's feathers moving. It's a lot of movement. It's a lot of rapid movement. I don't understand it. I don't like it.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, I'll give you that.
If you near a pigeon on the street, they're always just moving in like what I would call a beeline, but it's a bird line, and they're just
Pigeons are something else, man, especially in New York City. My God, they just don't care. I had pigeons fly like inches away from my temple, the side of my head.
That's the devil right there. Here we are on the hop with Gabe and Steven.
Did you read The Iceman Cometh yet?
I did read The Iceman Cometh. It took me like 4 days. It's just that by the beginning, you get it. Like you read like 20 pages and you're like, all right, I get it. And
Is there any ice involved? I haven't read it.
No, and I'm not sure that the Iceman did cometh.
That's boring. I'm upset. All I know is Nathan Lane was in it, and I think at one point he told like the producers, he was like, "Guys, listen," because it's like a 4-hour show or something. He told the producers, like, "Guys, listen, I need a day off in between like two 2 show days. Like, help me out here or something like that.
It is. I mean, I thought, oh, maybe I'll go watch the movie and just not read it. I don't normally do that, but I'm on a time crunch. I got the podcast. I'm making a movie. I got a lot of shit going on. The movie is 4 hours long. I was like, it would be faster to just read the fucking play.
There's a movie? There's
2, and they're both 4 hours long, and they're from like the 50s. Yeah, she's a long one, O'Neill, but most of it is stage directions. Mr. O'Neill loves to write stage directions.
Shaquille O'Neal loves to write.
Shaq loves his stage directions.
Bang! Exclamation point!
Seemed appropriate.
Steven, I'll give you $1 right now if you can name 3 teams that Shaquille O'Neal played for, not counting the Lakers. 3 teams.
The Bulls?
No. I'm giving you get 3 wrong, you're out. Unbelievable, this
Of
kid.
course I'm going to get 3 wrong. I'm going to name the 3 teams I know. The Golden State Warriors.
Wrong.
The Knicks?
You're done. You're canceled. Go home. It's all over.
He didn't play in Golden State, Chicago, or New York?
No.
Where did he play?
He played in Orlando Magic, Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, Phoenix Suns, Boston Celtics.
I should have said the Heat. You're right.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh.
I think that's it. Yep.
There's too many basketball teams. Basketball should be football, and football should be...
No, there's not.
And football should be year-round.
Dude, I miss football.
Right, Mike Breen?
Apparently...
Bang! Exclamation point!
He agrees with me.
We gotta play other drops other than him. Even he's getting...
Yay!
There we go. Yeah, dude, apparently they're doing... Aren't they doing, like, OTAs now via, like, Zoom?
Yeah.
Which I don't get how you do. Why can't they just be like, all right, all the players, go work out, go do what you got to do. I understand they don't have all the equipment and stuff. Jameis Winston, where's he going, Steven? Here we go. Let's get into football. Now we're talking. Jameis Winston, where's he going?
Where is he going?
Where do you want him to go?
Retirement?
Wow. Apparently, everyone is starting to look at him as a backup and not a starter anymore,
because that's what he is at best. At best.
I don't blame them.
That's what he is. Look, we're not football commentators. We're not qualified for this at all, but I'm sorry. Jameis Winston.
Let's screw it. Here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. If he's a backup. If Nick Foles is a backup, Jameis is a backup. I don't have the numbers to prove that. I don't
100%.
agree. 100%. There's no stats behind that, but I'm sorry. If a Super Bowl MVP is a backup, Jameis Winston is a backup. And
I just thought it was funny. Listen, Jameis Winston, okay, I'll give him this credit. He threw the most touchdowns last season. I'll give him that. But he kept saying, like, I guess that's kudos. Like, when they were like, we're getting Tom Brady to replace you. Like, he kept looking at that as, like, it took them Tom Brady to replace me. I guess that's kudos to me. And I don't know if I'm the only one sitting here that's going, bro, that's not their thought. Tom Brady was available and they grabbed him and then they looked at you and said goodbye. Like, what do you mean that's kudos to you? Like, he's over here sitting there going like, you had to go out and get Tom Brady to replace me. Bro, we could have gotten that Blau guy. He would have been better.
Blau.
Like, you know what I mean? We could have gotten Blau.
Wait, where is he going? Have they said where he's going? Has he?
Winston? No, they don't know yet.
Oh,
I think
you were
he's
just
still
asking.
looking around.
What's
yeah,
left?
where's he going? Don't come to the Chargers.
I'll remind you that Cam still doesn't have a job. So what's left for
Cam might be going to the Pats. Can you imagine that shit?
I can't, but I mean, right now their quarterback is Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, they need somebody.
So they need work.
Love you, Hoyer, but no.
I don't. I don't dislove you. I just don't care about you.
Wow, the shade.
I'm sure he's listening. So, okay, here's the thing. Clearly, we don't really have a game plan for this episode. So,
we're just talking.
That just is what it is. But we thought this would be a good opportunity to just get some shit off our minds that has been bothering us. So that's what we're going to do in a new segment, which may or may not be back in the future, but it's here for us now.
30-second rant.
That's right. We have 30 seconds to rant about whatever's on our mind, whatever's in our heart, whatever we just need to just vent about, because we have microphones, we have an audience, you guys have to listen to us, unless you turn us off, but please don't. But
Please don't.
So we're going to start a timer, and we're just going to bitch about something for 30 seconds that's been bothering us. Gabe, would you like to go first?
I guess so. All right, wait, hold on. What am I talking about? All right.
Get in your frame of mind, get ready, say what you need to say. You'll get a countdown. You'll go until the timer runs out. Are you ready?
Go. Yes.
Here we go.
Okay, it's not on Netflix anymore. Planet Earth 2, the show, David Attenborough narrating all the animals. Yeah, whatever. Episode 6, it's about cities. They're in all these cities. There is a city, I believe it's in India, where they treat monkeys better than they treat people, and I can't believe it. They have monkeys walking around like people, and they're feeding them, they're taking care of them, they're providing for them, and because of this, the monkey population is growing, they're having more babies, and they're doing this, and they're doing that, and I can't get a text back!
Wrap it up. Do you feel
better?
better?
Was 30 seconds?
Do you feel like... I told you we should have done 60. You didn't listen to me.
That was quick. Holy shit.
I begged for 60.
That.
I begged for 60.
All right, Steven,
yeah.
Are you ready? God only knows what this is about.
I'm ready.
I'm guessing this is about peanuts.
No, I'm going to warn the people.
Peanut allergy?
No, I'm going to warn the people. This is about cats. And I know I've talked about cats a lot on this podcast, but I am going to talk about cats for the next 30 seconds because it is the most profound moment of 2020. Are you ready?
You ready for this? Are you ready?
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
From the very opening frames of this movie, you will be transported to a world you've never seen before and never want to see again. This movie was so shocking to me. My jaw was dropped the whole time. I had jaw tension at the end of it because my jaw was agape the whole time. I saw things I never want to see again in my life. I saw Idris Elba. I have less respect for Idris Elba now, and I know he's battling coronavirus, and shout out, but I hope he gets through it. But I don't understand, why was Ian McKellen, why was Judi Dench in this? Like, what was wrong with her career? Okay, for more on the Cats movie, you can go listen to my new podcast that I'm going to create and release at some point in the future, strictly to rant about the Cats movie. I might go frame by frame for years and just dissect everything that's wrong with this movie in 20-minute episodes.
Hey, Steven.
Yes.
I have something to say.
Yes.
Let it fucking go. The Cats movie sucks. We know.
Here's the thing. Have you seen it?
I feel like you love shitting on it. I have not seen it yet. I will, though.
That's why you don't get it. That's why you don't understand. That's what I'm trying to say.
You sent me the butthole article.
We're past my 30 seconds. I can't talk about it anymore, but
All right.
I'm just saying, if you feel that I've talked about it too much, you need to go see the movie. And then come tell me I talked about it too much. Because once you've seen it, you can't help but try to find everybody else in the world who's seen it and talk about it with them. It's like the Tiger King, but bad. Okay, all right, okay.
I finally finished that, by the way.
Tiger really? King. Did you watch the new episode?
Yeah, the little, like, what's his name? Joel somebody?
I haven't watched the new one, so the new episode.
Oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, it's basically like, where are they now? And everyone is pretty much the same except for John Finlay, who we talked about last episode, who wants Channing Tatum to play him in a movie. He looks great. Hold the phone for a second. He got new teeth. He's got a weird-looking goatee beard thing. He's got a hat on. He's got a shirt on, believe it or not. He's got a 4-year-old kid.
I love that he got new teeth as the first
No, dude. No, seriously, it looks really good. Like John Finley, good for you. I just okay. Maybe it's because Joe Exotic had money. Maybe it's because Joe Exotic had guns and drugs and this and that. But both of his husbands, quote unquote, have confirmed that they're not gay. So why did they marry?
You're ruining it for everyone that hasn't seen it. Go watch Tiger King if you haven't.
Okay, we'll edit this out then.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin it for anyone. It's great that it's cool. It's just like Where Are They Now? And I can't remember the actor's name, but Joel somebody. He's basically interviewing for people, and everyone's doing this little call thing. Everyone's at home. Everyone has the earbuds in. It was almost as like the studio gave them and said, "Here, you have to wear these." It was like a free ad for earbuds.
Wait, so they filmed it like it's like a quarantine made situation?
Because they did it like recently.
Oh yeah, they were like.
It's funny though. They ask every person if they've watched the documentary, and John Finley said him and his wife binged it for 7 straight hours the second it came out.
Oh my god!
And no, because it's funny because like all of them were like, we have to know what's on it, like for legal reasons. Everyone has to know how they're portrayed and what's being said and what's shown. Yeah. That way, if they get called into like court, they can like defend it or whatever. So they can like get ahead of it.
I just want everyone to know that what's on our document in terms of our show rundown, what's left is eggplant emoji ? And Gabe finally finished Tiger King. I don't know why that's there. I don't remember putting it there.
The bones of this operation. Oh, all right.
I know I did put it there, but that's
the joke.
That's the bottom of the barrel we're scraping right now.
The joke.
Eggplant emoji?
Joke was it must suck for people who try to use the eggplant emoji like for real rather than like.
Oh, that's people. Right. Yeah. It wasn't even a joke. Like, it was just a real thought. What do you do if you ever need?
Like, okay, in what situation would you need to text somebody the eggplant emoji?
I could say that
personally.
I could say that for 98.6% of all the emojis that Apple gives. Like, I mean, most of them are useless. When are you ever going to need to text somebody a picture of a morning sunrise or the flag of
Croatia?
Sure.
Yeah, no, I get that. Some of them are fun. Some of them, like, I like the sports ones because, like, it's like people swimming. And it's like, oh, Michael Phelps definitely uses all of these. He's like, hey, look, it's me.
But, like...
You know he does.
The eggplant emoji has gotten a really bad rep.
It's one of the more popular ones.
Yeah, but I would just like to... I would like somebody, some statistician who's got time on his hands, his or her hands... I would like to see a breakdown of how many people have actually used the eggplant emoji for its actual use. I would like a collection of all the eggplant texts that have ever been sent. I don't know how that could be accomplished.
But in what situation would you use it for its main purpose? Like, are you giving
Hey, babe, I'm at the grocery store. What do you need? Eggplant emoji.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Somebody
like
who's sending a really aggressive shopping list with an emoji.
Yeah, you have a recipe
food.
And it's like, it's the emoji of every single food you have. I don't know.
Apple emoji. Spaghetti emoji. Eggplant emoji.
They have a David Bowie emoji, and I don't think it's talked about enough. It's like a guy. It's like the guy and the girl. You know how there's like 1,000 of like. There's like a guy chef, a girl chef, a guy policeman, a girl policeman. They have a guy David Bowie and a girl David Bowie, and yeah, I don't think it's used enough, and I think people need to get on it.
I think, just in general, people's emoji game, I think, is pretty weak. I think if you really dig deep into those emojis, you could do some stuff.
You could create a story. That's what we should do. We should make like a movie.
Well, you and I
make like a stop motion.
You and I have sent a few emoji texts that have told some pretty intense stories.
Oh, we've gone there. We know.
We've told some tales with emojis.
It just sucks when you can't find one you're looking for and you spend 25 minutes and then the person you're texting is like, they think you just stopped answering and they start a new conversation and you're like, wait, no, go back. Yeah, we'll
ride to glory. Can we say that on a podcast? Maybe we should.
Why not? That's a fun
Why
inside
not?
joke that nobody knows about.
Believe it or not, I think we've bullshat long enough. I think we need to get out of here.
I would love to bullshit more. We
Thank
always
you.
love to end on a fun topic. We've got a quick one here. We were talking about football earlier. As we all know, we're inside. Zoom and FaceTime is a thing, and that is the same for the 2020 NFL Draft to be presented across NFL Network, ESPN, ABC. I just think it's funny because for the first... So the NFL Draft, normally, they call the... in the first pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Schmo from blah, 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 blah. He walks across the stage, he gets a picture, he gets his jersey, he gets his dream made, all well and good. A few months ago, well, actually a little while ago, the 2020 NFL Draft was going to be this elaborate, crazy thing where they had the players being shuttled on a boat in Las Vegas on water to a stage.
Oh. Not just on water. On the fountains outside the Bellagio.
That's what it is, yes. They wanted to make these egos even bigger than what they are. Basically, they were going to shuttle these players on a boat to a stage, and I thought it was the dumbest thing ever, but I just think it's funny that we went from that to, all right, everyone crowd around the MacBook computer because it's all online now. It's April 23rd to the 25th. The one thing I did want to mention, though, that was really, really cool, the 2020 draft will serve as a 3-day virtual fundraiser that benefits 6 charities that are battling the spread of COVID-19 and delivering relief to millions in need. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, basically Roger Goodell, the commissioner, is going to announce all the picks from his house and is just going to be like in his office, just like with a phone and being like, this team's taking this person, and I just think it's funny to talk about.
So there's a few things to me that are hilarious about this. First of all, technically this means the draft has moved from Las Vegas, Nevada to Bristol, Connecticut. So
To Bristol, yeah, exactly.
turn up, CT! Another win for the Nutmeg State.
Another win for good old Connecticut.
Kind of. Second of all, I want to know, is there going to be a forum wherein we can boo Roger Goodell virtually? Because I think the real winner in all of this is Roger Goodell, who does not have to stand on stage and get booed for 24 hours.
It's going to be like in the comments. Like people are just going to write in like boo, like anywhere on social media. Like anytime he goes to talk, they're just going to type it in.
It's kind of...
I just think it's so like, oh man.
I mean, I guess at least they're still doing it.
Yeah, they have to still do it. A lot of mock drafts are showing that we might draft Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, Tua? Yeah. Just say Tua.
Yeah.
Just say Tua. We
might grab him, which is going to make things interesting because as of right now, Tyrod Taylor's in the driver's seat. So I don't know. There's been rumors about Cam coming to LA too, which I'm like,
God.
I just don't know, Steven.
I don't know either, but I mean...
Yeah, Alabama. Tua Tagovailoa.
Don't. Unless he goes to your team, don't bother learning that.
Yeah, I'm just going to call him TT.
It's too much work. I'm going to call him Tua, because I can pronounce Tua.
One of the GMs, they didn't disclose who, but one of the GMs of the football teams spent $10,000 toward Wi-Fi capabilities in his house so he can make sure he can communicate with everyone he needs to. And if that isn't just the most baller move I've heard, I don't know what is. That's pretty, like, honestly.
Okay, let's figure out which GM that was.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was, but I mean, hey,
my money's on that guy from the Cardinals. What's his name? Steve Zahn or something? That hot shot.
Probably friggin' what's his name? Jerry Jones. How funny would it be if Roger Goodell is like on a FaceTime call with one of the GMs and they're like, all right, what pick do you want? And they're like, we choose. And it just freezes and they're like, well, your time's up. So we're just giving you
gonna
random
be,
player.
see,
like, no.
Someone's got to make that sketch because it's gonna be like, for the first round pick, they pick. No, Roger, you're on mute. You gotta. No, if down in the corner, you got to click the microphone. Okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, we can hear you. We can't really see you, but it's okay.
Well, whatever, as long as you can hear our pick.
All right, this is turning into a football podcast. Our listeners don't want to hear all this. We should probably go. But see, we did something here. And the takeaway here, guys, is that beer doesn't always have to be this heady, thoughtful experience where you break down every element of the beer. The beer can open up conversation after conversation. You can talk about anything and nothing. But the key is to just be connected with people around you right now. Whether you have beer in your fridge, wine in your fridge or on your counter. Like, subscribe, follow at the HO Podcast on all the social media things. Keep a lookout. We're generating some fun content on the YouTube, on the Insta, on the different things. So keep a lookout for that. And tune in next week. We will be back as we always are. Until then, have a great week. Stay healthy, stay safe.
We love you guys. Stay inside.
Bye-bye.
Peace.